Do you want to make a Christmas candy that's easy to make, minimal ingredients, and something that you can make with your kids or your grandchildren? If so, then I have the recipe for you. Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making potato candy. Now I know what you're saying. Ew, potatoes in candy? Well, yes. But trust me on this one. You nor your guests are going to know that the candy started off with a little bit of potato. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at how easy this is to make and how delicious the end results are. Now this is a Depression era recipe. In fact, it probably has been around since before the Depression, but it really took off steam in the Depression era because it was a sweet treat that they were able to make with minimal ingredients that the whole family could enjoy. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I'll bring you in close and show you how to get this put together. Okay, all you're going to need to make this is some plain mashed potatoes. I boiled the potatoes till they were soft. I drained them and then I just smashed them up with a fork. You need about half a teaspoon of vanilla, that is optional, a pinch of salt, and about 3 cups of powdered sugar. I have about 3.5 cups here. We'll see how much it's going to take. You'll want to have a little extra so that you have some to sprinkle down on the paper for when you roll out your dough. Okay, I'm going to start by putting 4 tablespoons of mashed potatoes in my bowl. You can double or triple this recipe, just depending on how many rolls or logs you want to make. Now to my potatoes, I'm going to add just a pinch of salt and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. The vanilla is optional. You do not have to add it if you don't have it. If you have it, it'll add some wonderful flavor. If not, don't worry about it. It'll still taste great. I'm just going to kind of smash down my potatoes just to try to make sure I have all of the lumps out. If I don't get them all out right now, it's no worries, because when I need it at the end, I can get them all out then. You can also use a stand mixer or a hand mixer to do this. I'm just choosing to do it by hand today, just to show you that it's easy to do by hand. Okay, now that that's nice and smooth, I'm going to go ahead and add my powdered sugar. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. It's probably about a cup's worth right there. I'm just going to stir it around. As I stir it, you're going to see it's turning from more of a solid potato to a liquid form. That's the starches in the potato reacting to the sugar. I'm just going to keep adding more sugar. What I'm looking for is to have like a dough that's about the consistency of Play-Doh. You want it pliable so that you can work with it, but it's not going to be as stiff as like a bread dough, but it'll still be workable. So you'll just add a little at a time, stirring it really good in between. Just keep adding and stirring. Now this may seem like a lot of sugar, but remember, we are making candy. It's starting to get a little bit stiffer. It's getting sticky now. but it's still not Play-Doh. Now when you get to this point, if you're using that stand mixer or that hand mixer, you're going to be happy you did. Getting stiffer now. Still too sticky. Now I've seen some recipes where people have add a little bit of milk to it, about a tablespoon of milk, but I don't think I'll need to do that. I think it's at the point where I can work it with my hands. Okay, I think we're there. As you can see, it's pliable. It's pulling away from my hands. It's not so sticky now. Okay, this is exactly what we're looking for. Nice and soft. Has a little bit of a sheen to it. Now I'm going to clean up so we can get this rolled out. And there's one more ingredient we're going to need, so I'll pull that out as well. Okay, the last ingredient that you're going to need is a little bit of peanut butter. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on my parchment paper. You want to make sure you're using sugar and not flour. Put our dough down. Roll it out into a triangle shape. And we want it to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. I'll sprinkle a little bit on top, a little bit on my rolling pin, and just slowly roll it out. Just kind of shape it as you go. And use your hands to try to shape it. Just take your time. If you need to sprinkle a little bit more sugar on top, go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to call that good enough. Now we're going to go ahead and spread out our peanut butter. You just want a nice thin layer. You can go all the way around. You can use creamy peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter. You could even use Nutella if you want it to have a little bit of a chocolatey flavor to it. How fun would it be to do some Nutella and maybe some cookie sprinkles? That would make it look very festive. I'm just going to keep it a little bit away from the edges. said, you just want a thin layer. If it's too thick, it will ooze out the sides and it'll get kind of messy. Let's give another smooth out. Okay. Now we're just going to start at the end and roll it up. If it sticks to the paper, you just use a pastry scraper just to get it up. You can also use the paper to help lift it up, to assist you in rolling. And we're just going to take our time. Try to keep your fingers out of the peanut butter, or else you're going to end up with peanut butter fingerprints on your roll. Ask me how I know. We'll just slowly roll it up. Okay, now that we have our roll, I'm just going to go through, and anywhere that looks like there might have been a little bit of a cracking, just going to give it a little pat to put it together, straighten out my roll a little bit. Now I'm going to wrap my roll up in my parchment paper. And fold in the sides. And now this is going to go into the refrigerator and set up for a couple of hours. If you like these types of videos, please let me know by hitting that like button. Okay, so it's been a little over an hour, and I think it's set up nicely, so let's go ahead and take a look at the final results. So you'll want to just cut off the ends, and then cut your pieces 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, however wide you want them. And you have a nice little candy spiral with peanut butter in the middle. And give it a taste. This is really good. It's sweet with a hint of peanut butter in it. That is delicious. So if you're looking for a no-bake, no-cook, sweet treat to serve around the holidays, this is definitely one that you should give a try. If you liked today's video, then watch this video next, because I'm sure you're going to like it just as much.